Hello my dear friends, Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Friends, we are discussing about the cells of the connective tissue, each cell, a little bit detail of each cell I am providing you. So this was our first lecture about osteocyte, then the second lecture about osteoblast, and now we are discussing about the chondrocyte cells. So you know, os means bone and chondr means cartilage. So these were the two cells of the bone tissue and now the cell of the cartilage, right? So let me write here the chondrocyte. Chondrocyte cell. What are chondrocytes? These are, look, about blast and cyte again. So I hope you are clear about this blast and cyte from the previous lectures, right? So chondroblasts are the mature cells of the cartilage, right? We have a tissue in our body, cartilage. So I will discuss about the cartilage in coming lectures, don't worry. So we say that these are the mature cells of cartilage tissue, right? These were the mature cells of the bone tissue. So the cartilage tissue, right friends? And cartilage in our body is also connective tissue. We will discuss the types and detail of cartilage in next lectures, right? What is the shape of these cells? The chondrocytes, what is their shape? So they are somewhat flattened cells, right? So we say the shape of these cartilages are they have flattened shape, or we say they are disc shape. Disc shaped cells. Now let me draw one diagram here. So these are the cells like this, right? And this is their nucleus, okay? And then the cytoplasmic contents of these cells like this. So these are the disc shaped cells or the flattened shaped cells. What is their number? How many chondrocytes will be present in a cartilage or in a cartilage tissue? So their number is about 14,000 cells. 14,000 cells per millimeter square of the tissue. So if you take 1 mm square of the tissue, 1 millimeter square of that tissue, you will find there will be about 14,000 chondrocytes present in that piece of the cartilage, right? So chondrocytes, their number is that, and they are, what is their lifespan, right? Their lifespan. So the lifespan of these chondrocytes is about 14 days. So after 14 days, these cells will not die. These cells will be converted to these cells will die, right? So after 14 days, these cells will die. Okay, then we say from which type of cells these are derived. So we said they are derived from again I will say from the previous lecture that we had discussed during embryogenesis, the mesenchymes are formed. So they are derived from mesenchymes, or we say mesenchymal cells, right? Then about their location, where are these cells located? So look carefully. If you take a small piece of the cartilage, so for example this is a piece of cartilage, right? And here is the ground substance of the cartilage, right friends? In this ground substance there are certain depressed areas. In the ground substance of this cartilage tissue there are certain depressed areas, and in these depressed areas these cells reside, right? These are the osteocyte cells. These will reside here in these depressed parts, right? So what did we learn? We say that in the ground substance of the cartilage there are certain depressed areas. You know, if you drop a pebble in the water, when the pebble hits the water, that pebble will create a small depressed area for itself in that water. So that small depressed area which this pebble creates, right, it's certain like this, right. So we have put the osteocyte, chondrocyte in the ground substance. So those chondrocytes have created a small pit for themselves, and that small pit is called the lacunae. Right. So they are located in the small pits in the ground substance of the cartilage. Those pits are called the lacunae, right, friends. Then the last thing, the second last thing, what is their size? What is the size of these chondrocytes? So their size is about 7 to 30 micrometer, right. Some chondrocytes will be 7, some will be 10, some will be 15, some will be 25, some will be 30 micrometer in size. And what is, friends, their function? Their function is clear. They are there to maintain the tissue itself. They are there to take care of the tissue. They are in the cartilage, right, friends. So this is about their function. So this was about the chondrocytes. Now in the next lecture we will discuss about chondroblast cell.